Kol ha-neshama te-hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol ha-neshama te-hallelujah, hallelujah. Yai, 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 Kol ha-neshama te-hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol ha-neshama te-hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Om. If you didn't get that. Anyway, before we get started, I want to actually start tonight with some announcements. I know we normally do those at the end, but I want to once we get in the zone, in the Zen zone, and we get all meditative and into the Shabbat relaxation mode, I don't want to break that with, business talk. So I'm going to do that first. I want to give you all a heads up that tomorrow there is Shacharit at 10 o'clock streaming here on Facebook and YouTube. If we get a minyan-ish, we'll have a Torah service as well. After that, there is no more Shabbat service that will just be streaming. The rest of the month, all of our Friday night services will be on Zoom. So make sure you check your e-kibbutz emails, and if you're missing any, just DM me on Facebook, Instagram, email me, whatever, and we'll make sure you get the Zoom links for the rest of the Friday nights. In the meantime, there will still be mostly normal, also Havdalah streaming tomorrow night at 7:30 next week. The only nights that there won't be is, of course, when there is teen game night, the third Saturday of the month, and this year our adult trivia and game night is pushed back to be Purim weekend, which is the last weekend of the month. So that's our Purim celebration. So just keep an eye out for all of those things. Next week is our family Shabbat, so its services will start at 7 on Zoom. So I just want to alert you all to those changes that will be, or adjustments to our digital Shabbat experiences. So keep an eye out for all of those Zoom links and notifications. And if you feel like you're missing one, again, just email me or Debbie at ekibitz@nershalom.org, nershalomva.org, rabbi@nershalomva.org, or DM the Facebook page or Instagram account. All right, now we're ready to get into the Shabbat Zen zone. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. All right, now we're going to slide these off the yoga mat to the side here. And we are ready to get into some relaxing yoga flow. So we're starting, of course, in mountain pose. So you're still, nothing is too exerted, but you're alert. Everything is, engaged. You're not just hanging there. And we'll start again with our chant to get us warmed up. Kol ha-neshama te-hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol ha-neshama te-hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol ha-neshama te-hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol ha-neshama te-hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Now we are going to welcome in the Sabbath bride with our half moon salute. So reach up and swan dive over. Bo'ikala, 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 bo'ikala. Bo'ikala, 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 bo'ikala. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Bo'ikala, 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 bo'ikala. Bo'ikala, 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 bo'ikala. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Bo'ikala, 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 bo'ikala. Bo'ikala, 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 bo'ikala. And remember, if you have any tightness in your body, feel free to modify as needed. And often, for a lot of these poses, it's more about form than flexibility. So if you're coming over to reach your toes, it's okay to bend your knees as much as you need to. It's okay if you don't touch your toes. It's more important that you are comfortable and hinging at your hips, that's where that stretch comes in. And now we welcome in the Shekhinah, the feminine aspect of God, with goddess pose. And this version of the Baruch Hu welcomes in Shekhinah, which not only is the feminine emanation of God, but she's also the emanation of God that lives down here on earth with all of us. So as we come down into goddess pose and do this chant, we're really acknowledging the divine spark that lives in every human, every creature, every living creature on earth, and appreciating the divine femininity of Mother Earth. Again, go down as deep as you can. Don't hurt your knees. Your knees should not go past your toes. So spread your feet as far as you need to get that angle. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Just as we acknowledge the divinity that is all around us on the earthly realm, as well as in the heavens, we recognize that what is in the heavens and what is on the earth and all 10 emanations of God and the God of your understanding, the divine power that you connect with, it's all one energy that runs through all of us. So we're going to come forward in a lunge and bring in that one energy. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Vaed. As we come into our meditation, our guided meditation, we're going to all take our restorative poses. So as I say every time that we do this, this is different for different people. If you have a job or regardless of your job, I guess, if you're on your feet all day, especially if you're not actually moving that much, but you're, standing in front of a classroom or whatever, your restorative pose should be to get the blood flowing back into the top of your body. So you can do dead bugs. You can rest your feet on a wall if you have a wall by you. You could do some happy baby. Just kind of roll out your lower back with your feet in the air, legs bent. Something that'll help drain the blood from your feet a bit. If you have a sedentary job or lifestyle, and you, especially at a desk, spend a lot of time hunched over a computer, I recommend child's pose. Keep your glutes on your heels and really reach forward to stretch out that low back. And for me, it feels really good in my shoulder socket too. But if you don't have shoulder pain, you can keep your arms by your side and do a little fetus pose here. Some other restorative pose options could be, do we do a spinal twist? No. Could be a supported spinal twist. So put a pillow or, 2 pillows, a pillow on each side of you. Come down and twist to the side, but the pillow there will help it not feel so extreme, keep you supported. So those are just some ideas. I really recommend whichever one you do, it should feel relaxing, but it's not just sitting on a couch. This time is for you to feel connected to your body, stretch out the things that need to be stretched out, and really restore the muscles of your body, not just relax them. So I'm going to come into a supported butterfly pose because if I were to sit in the child's pose, then you wouldn't hear me give the guided meditation. So that would be my restorative posture, but it's not going to work right now. So, all right. So by now you should be in whichever restorative pose you need to be in. Settle in. Feel everything just kind of let go. Close your eyes. Deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. You're at the foot of a mountain. Thunder claps so loud it rumbles through your whole body. So powerful you can see it. What does thunder look like? How do you visualize sound? Hold that image. The thunder continues. The confusion to your senses increases. Now perhaps you can smell the thunder. You can taste the lightning. What is that smell? What is that taste? Feel each of your 5 senses awake and alert and picking up things that you don't normally feel through those specific senses. What does lightning taste like? What does thunder look like and smell like? What does the fear and excitement feel like to touch? Not just inside of you, but if you were to reach out and pet it, what does fear and excitement feel like? What does the mountain sound like? Despite the fear and the synesthesia, you are also very excited about this moment. And you begin to climb the mountain. From the foot of the mountain, it looked so steep, so large, but you find that in no time you are at the top, barely winded. When you reach the top, there's a small shack, cottage, outhouse, a small structure. 4 walls, a roof, a door, no windows. You cannot look in. Again, the sound, the house, the structure is giving off senses besides the visual of seeing it. What does the house sound like, taste like, smell like, feel to the touch? You approach and try the door. It opens. It's unlocked. Inside the house, it's bright, even though there are no windows and no discernible light source. The only thing in the room is a desk, and upon the desk, a piece of paper. And on the piece of paper is your handwriting, the name of God. Capture that in your mind's eye. What name is written there in your handwriting? What is your word for God that you have walked in on this mysterious writing, in this mysterious house, on this mysterious mountain? Now, having found this name for God in your handwriting, you are compelled to call out, for surely the Lord is in this place, even if you did not know it before. So what do you cry out? Anything that you need to say to God, this is the moment to say it. God is in that room with you in a very close physical way. Now, even if God doesn't have vocal cords, God responds in some way. What is it you need to hear from God tonight? those words manifest themselves on that same piece of paper, still in your handwriting, underneath the name. What are those words that are appearing? What is the message you are discovering this evening? You fold the paper up neatly, put it in a pocket, turn around, exit the house, close the door behind you, make your way down the mountain. Takes a little bit longer going back, it feels, than it did to climb up. Suddenly the height of it returns to you. And when you reach the bottom, your loved ones are there waiting for you to hear about your experience. Who is there when I say your loved ones? Who does that include? Who waits for you? You try to tell them what happened on top of the mountain, but you find suddenly you're at a loss for words. You pull out the paper and it appears to be blank. You cannot explain exactly what happened on the mountain, but you know. You carry that with you. Again, in all 5 senses, what is the mystery of what happened on the mountain sound like, look like, smell like, taste like? What does it feel to hold in your hand? Is it heavy? Is it weightless? Is it soft? Is it hard? Is it cold? Is it warm? Hold it. Breathe it in. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Take another deep breath in and out. Anyone feels called to share any of what they saw, I'd love to see it in the chat. And in the meantime, we will continue with our stretches. So we're going to come to hands and knees. The Aleinu is a prayer about the Messianic age. In its traditional text, it's pretty explicit about waiting for the Messiah and the glory that we will find when the Messiah comes. But as Reformed Jews, we know the Messiah, the Messianic age will come when we create it. And that first word of the traditional prayer, Aleinu, it is upon us. And so in order to bear that weight, to do that work, to have the necessary empathy and caring for all the world, we must have nimble backs and strong cores. So we're going to do some cat-cow stretches while we do this chant from the latter half of the Aleinu prayer. So your hips are over your knees, your shoulders over your hands. As you breathe in, sink your belly, stick out your hips, and reach up your head and your chest. Drop your shoulders down toward your torso. And when you exhale, arch your back like a Halloween cat. V'hashev ota el levavecha ki Adonai hu ha-Elohim v'hashev ota el levavecha ki Adonai hu ha-Elohim v'hashev ota el levavecha ki Adonai hu ha-Elohim. Neutral spine. V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yihyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. We turn our thoughts now to those who are ill and in need of healing. As I read the names on my list, feel free to share names in the chat of those for whom you would like to say a healing prayer for. Mary Kennedy, Rosalind Cantu, Mike Haug, Lori Perry, Nick Joliot, Ariel Vatsluva, Rhoda Wessler, Marion Finkel, Skip, Kathy and Jeffrey Brace, Rhonda Butler, Ricky Grant, Shoshana Bat Abraham, Minna Dornfeld, Juliette Aregi, Leslie White, Ann Cohen, Charlotte Birch, Anita Ash, Joseph Matter, Daryl Swan, Steve McGrew, Dave Nemero, Chet Fitchandler, Dylan Redman, and David Ray. I'm going to get back in my comfortable position. El Narifanala, El Narifanalo, El Narifanalanu, El Narifanala, El Narifanalo, El Narifanalanu, El Narifanala, El Narifanalo, El narifana lanu. El narifana la. El narifana lo. El narifana lanu. Marquise Monroe. El narifana la. El narifana lo. El narifana lanu. May God heal her. May God heal him. May God heal us. We come to our final prayer. Again, as I read the names on my list, feel free to share names in the chat of those for whom you'd like to say a mourner's Kaddish. This week marks the yahrzeit for Julius Goldfarb, Maurice Travers, Betty Kaufman, Sarah Weissman, Estelle Wattenmaker, Stanley Bartosowitz, Enzo DiMatteo, Rose Ann Pearl, David Platt, Flora Goldstein, and Pearl Lefferson. And we're still within the year of mourning for Paula Cooper, Ernie Weissman, Sandra Lenag, David Avery, Art Rich, Jason Brown, Louis Petrozello, Gary Lines, John DiNicola, Arizona Breeding, Fran Warona, Rick Grossman, Aura Alva Leon, Sharon Buell, Mona Mandel, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Patricia Michaels, Joe Davis, Kathleen Schindler, Jamie Bellitz, Neil Savich, Ann O'Neill, Bruce Schechter, Bernard Strassner, Ruth Sherman, and Louis Honig. If you would like to rise for the mourner's Kaddish, you may do so, and then come down into Shavasana as we do Oseh Shalom. If it's not too macabre for you, you can come down into Shavasana, final resting pose, as we say the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala uv'zman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almayah, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudusha b'richu, ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru imru, Amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, Amen. One more deep breath in here. Out. Turn to your side. Take a breath in the fetal position. Come up slowly. But I hope you're all feeling relaxed in body and spirit. And in case you're not, get some wine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Tevon. Oh, say shalom bimrama. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru, amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone. I will see you in the morning.